October has been crazy. Anyone else feeling that way? I'm excited to share with you today of what kind of happened this month. We've had some changes with our homeschool again, and some exciting news. Hi, welcome to Schulte Sweetie's Homeschool YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie, and I'm a mom of 3 girls, ages 13, 9, and 7. We are in our 8th year of homeschooling. So every month I've been trying to give you an update, and so I thought I'd give you the month of October, what happened, and kind of how homeschooling is going. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that update now. So personally, I'm just going to go through like our month of things that we've done and some of the activities, and then I will go into like the curriculum stuff and of course changes that we've made this month. We started the month of October with my oldest had a fall break with her school, and so we took that whole week off as well because it's just easier if my oldest, she's going to public school, and so if she has a day off, we typically take that day off as well. So we went camping with some friends. We did some fun activities that week. We went to the zoo. My oldest got to be with a friend. So we had some fun activities that full week. Then we also, after that, my oldest was in a play for her school, and so she was busy with practices, and then they had several performances last weekend. And her and my middle daughter are both in another play that's in December, so they were busy with those practices weekly as well. So we've had some sickness this month, just mainly colds and things, but of course all of us have gotten it. And then we've had a Halloween party with our homeschool friends and trick-or-treating. They got to dress up for, the little ones got to dress up for church one day. We've had lots of dress up times. They went to a family party when I was going to the play for my oldest. So lots of Halloween time. We are a family that although we are Christian, I still let them dress up and things because they love it. This is like one of the holidays they just love being able to dress up, pretend, and things like that. My girls are very imaginative. They talk about Halloween for months, so that's what we let them do. And the big news for the month is that my oldest daughter in public school was named the student of the month as an 8th grade girl. So they have 6th, 7th, and 8th in her school, and they have a girl and a boy that are named the student of the month. This is like kind of a big deal because a teacher nominates them, and then the teachers in that grade all vote and decide who wins. So we were really excited for that. We had to keep it a secret for like a week, and then we all, my family and my in-laws and my mom all showed up at the school and surprised her, and we got to be there for the presentation, and that was really fun. So that is our month in a nutshell of all the events. Oh, we did go to the children's play downtown. It was Beauty and the Beast this time. We had to leave early though. It was so sad. We had to leave early to go get my oldest from public school though. So she can't ride the bus. But we did do that as well. So we've had a busy full month, and November thankfully looks a little calmer on my schedule as of right now. So I'm really excited for kind of like easing into like the holidays. And I know December is probably gonna just fill up with stuff, but I'm so excited for at least November to kind of be a little bit less. So some of the big news is my youngest is finished with foundations, and we did start this last year toward the end of the year for phonics. And I know last month I was like really anxious and nervous about how she's doing with phonics, if she's where she needs to be. I even contacted our public virtual school to like just kind of check and make sure we're on the right track, and she's scored really good on that, and they're not really concerned, so I'm thankful. We are enjoying this, and we're just gonna move on to the next level. I was like, you always wonder, is there something better out there and stuff, but she really enjoys this so much that she wants to stick with this, and I'm so happy. So she will be moving right into Foundations B. So I have the teacher's manual, and Then it comes with, it also needs whistling whales. And these are like different like sounds, phonetic sounds in it. It's kind of like an ABC book, but we just did the actual ABCs and went through those different sounds. So now it's like more of the phonetic sounds. We do have to get a workbook for it so she can go through the workbook. Since I got it such a good deal on Level B, I went ahead and just got a PDF version of the workbook on their site. And so I'm just printing out the pages we need because we don't usually use it for handwriting and some of the extra things that they do. So, and then it also comes with, this level comes with different readers. So I'm excited for her to dig into these readers. The last level had in the workbook, had some readers that she cut and pasted, and she loved that. But we are excited to move on. She really does love this program. And so I'm really happy that she has completed level A and she's moving along. One of the things that we added in from one of the phonics programs that I have seen, treasure hunt reading, and we tried some of this program. I was kind of like doing both foundations and treasure hunt reading, and she did not like that. She thought this was pretty boring, but I've done some of the activities and I really like these pages. And these are comic strip pages that where they read something and then they have to draw it and then they're reading through it. So she has done some of these pages. There's 5 of them in the first journey. Usually after they've completed the journey, they have these, and she likes these and she's been sharing them with her family. She's like so proud of like her drawings and her reading. And so I have really appreciated these. So we will probably keep doing that. I might bring in some of this treasure hunt reading. It is a free program online, but she didn't love it. So I'm not adding in too much, just maybe some of the activities. So since we are a part of the public virtual school, we do have to have like some learning goals met. And so I wanted to start introducing a little more than just phonics to her since she is in first grade, but I didn't want it to be overwhelming. And so I found Scholastic Grammar, Success with Grammar, grade 1. It is a very simple little workbook, 46 pages, not a ton of things. It's very simple of going through some of the grammar concepts, some punctuation and sentences and things. So we are going to work on this and just take a page a day and go through that. And then I've also, one of the other learning goals that she needs to complete is reading comprehension. So not just like the foundations of reading, but making sure she's learning, understanding what she's reading. So I found these, I think they were free from Teachers Pay Teachers. They were like 4 pages worth of reading comprehension pages. And so we read the story and then she answers the questions, pretty simple. I might get some more of these. I don't know. I think they've been good, and maybe do one a week with her just to make sure we're on the right track, that she is understanding what she's reading. That was language arts for my first grader. One of the other things that is so exciting, she has finished level 1 with Apologia math, and so she is moving right along to level 2. I just recently did a video on level 2, so I will link that above and below, but this has been so fun to work with her with this. So a lot of it was review, and then some of the new concepts she's like, easy. Like she just was getting them. The ending chapters have been about like shapes and things, and so that's been fun to finish off with. So we are starting this in November here, so I'm excited for some fresh starts for her. I think it's kind of exciting, you know, we kind of somewhat school year round and like kind of just let curriculum keep going. So it's exciting when we do finish at times. So that is pretty much all for my youngest with her individual subjects. My middle daughter, with being 9 years old and in 4th grade, I mentioned this last month, with her just finishing All About Reading Phonics level 4 last year, I don't think she's ready to be like completely independent with like reading, like comprehension, literature stuff. She just kind of wants me to be there with her still with things. We do have Christian Light Education, and I'm going to do a video on that with the reading program. And I think it's a great program, but I don't think she was ready for it. And so we did come across I just was like, what else could we do? We do have Mazda's Press, and I've kind of done some of those stories with her, and we might still pick those up as well. But I came across Hearth and Story, and this is one that I've been interested in for future years, but she is coming out with some novel studies like right now for 4th grade. She doesn't have 4th grade all the way complete, but I was like, oh, this is perfect. So we are reading The First State of Being. This is like a newer book. It is about Y2K, so it's been so much fun to read this with her. But this is a novel study, and so it basically tells us what chapter we need to read and what things we need to do. Like toward the end here, like there is going to be like where she's writing out a paragraph and planning her paragraph and things. So there's an answer key. There's even this like cute little dictionary. It's called the 90s dictionary. So there's like NSYNC, Britney Spears, and Dave Matthews Band, and like no duh, and some of the words that we used back then. So it has been fun to like talk to her about Y2K and like how our family was with Y2K and stuff. So we are really enjoying this, so much so that Hearth and Story just came out with a new novel study for 4th grade, and so I've already purchased it. It was on sale, and so we have purchased that to do in the future, but we're just kind of taking our time doing this a couple times a week and enjoying this. We both have it on Hoopla, and so we sit together with our iPads reading it, and she reads a page, I read a page, so we're reading together, co-reading, and just talking about it and enjoying it. So I think that's going well. And I think, you know, it can set her up for Christian Light education in the future, but I just think she just was not ready for the independence and like that much independence with reading yet. So the biggest thing that I mentioned earlier, we are changing science, which makes me a little sad because my middle daughter was doing earth science with Science Mom, and I was really enjoying it. And I love Science Mom and Math Dad. And we were really enjoying biology with my oldest last year, but now she's in public school and not doing it. But Earth Science is free on their website. And I was like, oh, this starts in 4th grade. We should do it. She was like, same with the reading. She's just not ready. The videos were like 30 to 40 minutes. Her favorite part were the experiments, which is great. I'm glad she loved that, but she just wasn't ready. We were kind of like taking a long time. I don't know. We maybe made it through 3 or 4 lessons, I think. And we split the videos up. We've kind of taken some time to do the pages in here. It just was taking a long time, and we weren't really picking it up very much. We weren't motivated. And my youngest, I had other free options. I had Miniature Masterminds, and then Core Knowledge. I have all this printed out. It's also like, I get sad that I have this all printed out, but it'll be okay. So Core Knowledge is free. It was just a lot of intense, like I have all the worksheets, but this is not the lesson. So there's like a reader book that you read through, and then there's lessons, teacher's guide. It's not necessarily open and go, especially because I don't have the teacher's guide like just right out in front of me. It's made, you know, for Common Core public school, which is totally fine, but it has a lot of extra stuff in it, and it's just hard to implement sometimes for me personally. I know a lot of people have success with it. And then Miniature Masterminds is fun. It has cute little worksheets, and we still might use these in the future, but it was kind of boring. Like it wasn't really like, it was just boring with coloring or maybe some cut and paste things. And I'm like, we weren't picking this up. We weren't picking up Science Mom that much. And I'm like, we need something that we will pick up. And so I've been thinking about it, and I finally went to the girls and I was like, do you guys like this? And they're like, eh. And I knew my 4th grader didn't really love Science Mom. She likes the experiments, but she didn't like sitting through the videos and everything. So I was like, let's think about something else. So I remember Mickey from Homeschoolology was posting about science chunks in the past, and I watched some of her videos, and I asked her like what she was thinking, like does she still like it and everything. She was giving me good feedback about it. And so I was like, let's pick one. And so I read through, and these science chunks from Elemental Science are like pretty cheap. Like if you get a whole year, they're like, I don't know, $40 or so. But I wanted to just try one out to see if it would work for us. And so I had the girls kind of make a decision together, and they decided on stars. And this was probably, I don't know, $5 or $6 at the most. It was not very expensive. And it has all these pages in here, lots of resources. Plus, you needed to have it's the Glow in the Dark Constellations book. And I'm like, oh, we already have that. So that's perfect. I didn't have to go buy lots of extra books. Sometimes they might need like the encyclopedia from like Usborne or something too. So this was what we chose, was the stars. And we've done space before, but we've never really focused quite on the stars and the constellations. And that Glow in the Dark Constellations book is really fun because it gives the stories behind the constellations. And then they give you like different things that you can do. One of them is they give you all of the paperwork for doing a lap book. So we have been printing things out. They have some vocabulary that they've been working on. We are going through different constellations. So they've gone through the Big Dipper and Little Dipper, Orion, Taurus, and we have some others. So this is the winter constellations. It's been so much fun. And so they give other ideas, like an artwork. So she put hers on her folder here. So this has just really been fun. We have just a few more lessons left. There was only like 6 lessons or so. We do one, like a couple of them a week. So we have only been doing about 2 weeks, but we have about 2 lessons left, I think. So we might do more science chunks, but recently there was a company that was having a sale, and I knew we liked it from years ago, but I just haven't really been brave enough to try it again. But I was like, let's do it. So Harbor and Sprout was doing a sale recently, and that is a company that my public virtual school can do some purchasing from. And so I had the girls pick out they have a ton of different options. They have patchwork studies where it has like multiple subjects, and there's lots that you can print off. They have some that are more basic, where it's more like a workbook studying type thing. We've never used this. We've used the patchwork studies, and I knew they liked that. We used the forensic science. I have a couple others that I've gotten in some bundles too, but I was like, let's get a few of these on sale. So they picked out visual arts, textiles and fashion, beekeeping, and birds. We got 4 units, and we're gonna just kind of take our time with it. If you don't know anything about Harbor and Sprout, they have these patchwork studies, especially include science, nature, geography, history, language arts, writing, math, and music and art. Plus sometimes they have supplementals for like Spanish and things. So I am starting to print this one out. I think this is one we're going to start with. And I love that even like art, the visual arts has science and nature included in it. So I'm excited that this is what we're going to use for science and nature. I think we're going to use it for history and geography on top of our other history that we're doing, which is Hideaways in History from Winter Promise. They still like that. I'm kind of like wishy-washy if I like it or not, but they still have enjoyed it, and they say they want to keep that. So we are going to keep that, and we'll probably do 1 or 2 subjects a day of this. And I'm not planning to do like the writing and the language arts, and probably not math this time around, but I love that I can choose whether or not we're going to do that for the next one. So each one is a little different, and what they focus on for all of those subjects. So I'm excited that we are going to do that this year. We're just gonna I think that bees and birds we'll probably do in the springtime, and then we'll do these more in the fall. I have a feeling we'll hopefully finish this before Christmas. I have some other ideas of what we might do at Christmas time and maybe Thanksgiving time too. So I'm excited for that. And then the last thing is that I decided this week to switch our schedule a little bit, where we were doing our morning subjects together. And I think that we were doing that our morning subjects together right away in the morning, but sometimes it would take longer. Sometimes they would be like, can we go play? Can we? And like, it was just, we weren't getting to our independent subjects a lot until like either close to lunch or after lunch. And they just don't focus like they could. Like the other day we did our independent subjects right away and they were done within an hour, both of them. And they focused so well. And I'm like, this is what we need to do. So we are going to switch it and do our group subjects, like our new unit studies, more in the afternoon, and do history and everything in the afternoon, and then do independent subjects in the morning. So I think that's what we're going to do. Give them a little break in between before lunch if they get their work done, and then they can play for a little while. So that is our month of October and the changes that we've had. I'm excited. I'm going to also do a video in the future for science and like all the craziness that we've had with science. It's been a struggle. So I am hopeful that this change will be good for us. So let me know how your October has been. Have you made some changes again like I have? I feel like we're always making changes, but I do feel like we're getting in a better flow finally in October, like our 3rd month of homeschooling this year. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day.